There's two in the market which stand out early for race number 9 at Sha Tin, and it's over the distance of 1,600 metres, the highest in the handicap. Class 3. We've got Flagship Glory. The hood goes on. He comes to the 1,600 for the first time, but he did win over the trip at both Bath and Newmarket. Lewis up to 1,650 at Sha Tin. He raced over the 1,650 at Happy Valley. He won over the mile at Warwick Farm. Sparky Trail placed over the mile at Ascot. It's had 3 starts in Hong Kong. Chorus Unicorn, the 5, the blinkers come off. Extra 200 metres this week for Great Treasure. The 7 Precise Express and the 8 Right Choice carry £3 extra for their dead heat second behind Super Football. He lines up in race number 10. A1 won over 1,800 metres at Hawkesbury. He has his second start at 1,600. Authentic Champ comes into this race for the second time in Class 3. Poor old Leading Fortune, he can't draw a gate. He's run on both times from barrier 12 at his last 2. He's out in 13 for this. Now, Chungfa, there's a few of them here. Mr. Alden, Great Treasure, Right Choice. They've been on a float. A1 and Authentic Champ Tom, they've been on another one.
Now, 9 of the 13 generally get to back midfield or worse here, so Beauty Day could be left to his own devices in front here for Matthew Poon. Lewis out of gate number 1 for Jerry Chow, and Mr. Alden out of gate number 2. So they'll all be handy along with Flagship Glories at the hood going on for the first time out of 8. Then there's a whole clump of horses, the likes of Right Choice, Precise Express, Great Treasure. We know what he does every start, gets back, runs on. And Leading Fortune will get back as well from gate number 13.
Flagship Glory, Zach Purden will take the mount. Joe Moreira's ridden him in the last couple of starts. 1,400 last time, just couldn't quite get past Tempest Express, who was in good form, and he's come on once again. So he's looking really good, Flagship Glory. There's no problems, you like him. Precise Express, he's under a decent hold as he finishes off here this morning as well. Barrier number 9, a little bit awkward for him, but I thought it was a good run last time behind Super Football for Precise Express. And the other one we're going to look at here is Leading Fortune. He's been up for a while, but he keeps running really good races. Hasn't had too much luck with the barrier draws. 12, 12, 13 once again, but always runs well. So he's an honest horse.
Flagship Glory and Lewis are numbers 1 and 2 in the book, Paul. They clashed last time and Flagship Glory beat Lewis home. Can you see that being the result again here?
Yeah, I can. But I do like Lewis. I think Lewis is getting there slowly. But look, it was a really nice run here from Flagship Glory. He got quite well back. I don't think he will with the pace of this race. I think with the 1,600 metres, it's going to suit this horse down to the ground. And he just couldn't get past Tempest Express. He got pretty close in the end, so he's on. I like him a lot in this race. I like Lewis as well. So good run from the oddly named Sire Australia.
I think he's going to be tough to beat in this race's Flagship Glory, especially with that hood going on. He was just, in the end, not quite good enough to get past Tempest Express, but Zach Purden on, I think it'll be tough to beat.
Possibly the best stallion name of all time, Australia. A couple of Kiwi ringings. Precise Express, Tom, and Right Choice dead heated. They're both horses that do like racing over 1,600 metres.
Yeah, they certainly are. And I've always been a fan of Precise Express. Didn't have him in last time, but he ran really well behind Super Football. He looks to be a big player in the last race here. He also got a little bit of a funny head carriage. You can see he gets his head a little high there, but ran on pretty strongly over the final stages. Right Choice, it was a better run from him. And Leading Fortune just wanted to lug in a little bit there over the final stages. Still there, but closed off well, but wasn't the easiest ride over the final stages.
No, it wasn't, and I thought he would have been a little bit closer if he did go straight. So look, I found a minor spot for Leading Fortune. He's very consistent.
Great Treasure comes here, Tom. Again, 1,400 metres last start. You know what you'll get from him. He's going to get way back in the field and he's going to be running on strongly at the end.
That's what he does, Great Treasure. Jack Wong riding. He's got on board with this horse a few times in the past, a win along with a handful of minor placings. Always puts in an honest effort. He's hard to leave out. This behind Master Montaro, and he's come from well back to finish off nicely here, Paul. He's hard to leave out, certainly on a minor line.
Yeah, look, 77 starts now. He's had those 8 wins, hasn't he? So he's been around a long time, but, you know, as Mark says, you know what you're going to get.
Authentic Champ has been racing really well. He's had 1 start in Class 3. That was last time. Vincent Ho's aboard again this week, and a strong book for Vincent.
Authentic Champ, Vincent, you've won on him a couple of times in Class 4. He's now in Class 3. Can he win in this grade?
Yeah, I think so. With the handicap, he's quite an honest horse, and you know he should be competitive, I think.
When you look at the way that he races, he's got that good finishing burst. Can he sustain that, or do you need to sort of produce that at the right time? Is it a short, sharp sprint?
No, he can sprint home for the last 400. It's only one time when he carry quite heavy and, you know, the dash wasn't that strong, but with lightweight, on Sunday should be fine.
And he's recently stepped up to 1,600 metres. Are you happy the way that he sees out this trip?
Yeah. And Mr. Ting, gave him a little bit time off from last run, because it was still a tough run for the last two, and so he should come back good. Yep.
He's drawn a good gate.
Yep.
Can you use that on a horse like him?
Yeah, I think so. Don't really have to be that far back, but draw definitely help.
That's interesting to hear, Tom, because most expecting what we've seen from him, and 11 pounds lighter, he was going to have to come from behind Flagship Glory. Maybe not the case.
Yeah, I'll be keen to see where they do put him, because the speed map did have it down as being good to slow, with potentially a horse like Beauty Day getting his own way out in front with a couple others behind him. So if he sits a bit closer, he could be right there at the firing line at the end. I think he's certainly the main danger to Flagship Glory. Yeah,
I've got him in there as well. He's going pretty well at the moment and very consistent. He's drawn those 11 last time. And if he does sit a bit handier, then the 1,600 as well doesn't show any problems for me.
They are dominating the market at the moment. Flagship Glory at 2.7 and 4 at the moment for Authentic Champ. Great Treasure the next best at 9.5, so you can keep an eye on that leading up to start time. Sparky Trail off a trial, Tom, over the 1,200 metres. He did win over further prior to arriving.
Yeah, I thought he might have improved a little bit with this trial. He's not done too much in both of his runs. Comes out of the Silver Express, My Sugar race last time out. But he was handy in this barrier trial, and when he when he was asked to respond, I thought he certainly did. Look, there's probably not much in the trial there. I think there's Capital Star there on the inside. The horse that won the trial is a Class 5 horse, but maybe an improver, Paul.
Yeah, maybe a little bit there. I want to see him do it on the track, though. This will be his third run coming up.
Number 1 for you, Paul.
Yeah, I like Flagship Glory. I think he'll win. So I made him the best of the day. I did make him last time when he did get beaten. So we'll see if we can back up here. Lewis coming out of that same race. Authentic Champ and also Leading Fortune. 1, 2, 10 and 12.
1 and 10, my cue. I think that Flagship Glory will be the toughest to beat, but I think his main rival is going to give him a good race in the straight, that being Authentic Champ. Precise Express was a decent effort from him last time out behind Super Football, who I'm keen on in the last, and Great Treasure, he'll be running on at the end. 1, 10, 7 and 6.